So my history with LG has been really bad. I had the LG made Nexus 5 and 5X, and while the Nexus 5 was pretty good, the 5X was pretty terrible, and both ended up being defective. I got a V20 in some sort of a broken prisoner exchange when I was told I couldn't keep my Galaxy Note 7 and hated everything about that phone. Just a few months ago, I got an LG G7 and hated it. I hated it so much that the entire 2 weeks I had it, it spent it sitting on a shelf. So when I got the chance to pick up an LG V40 with a free line when I added it at T-Mobile, I wasn't exactly thrilled, but I already owned all the other options they were offering. So here we are with the LG V40, and I've challenged myself to using the phone for 30 days. So how's the first week gone? The unboxing experience for the T-Mobile version is unimpressive. In the box, you get the phone, a USB-A to USB-C 2.0 cable, and a fast charging block. And despite the V40 being Quick Charge 4.0 ready, one actually isn't included in the box. You get it about 16-watt fast charger, which is Qualcomm 3.0, which is fine, but they really could have splurged for a faster charging block, especially at an asking price of $900. Now, there are no included headphones in the box with my particular carrier model, which is really disappointing because of LG's quad DAC and their audio chops. But that's, to be honest, fine. Most in-box headphones aren't really good, and I have a number of other good pairs to use with it. Now, from a hardware perspective, the V40 is completely unassuming. Around back, we have the 3 cameras and the fingerprint sensor, and around front, we have dual front-firing cameras, the earpiece, and a 6.4-inch POLED display. The frame of the phone has a coating on it that almost makes it feel like plastic, but inversely, it makes it really grippy, which kind of makes up for that cheap feel. Around the back of the phone, it has a similar plasticky feel despite it being glass, and in that case, whatever they used picked up fingerprints horribly, and my phone always looks disgusting. Now, much like many other flagships this year, the LG V40 has the Snapdragon 845, 6GB of RAM, and ships with a 64GB internal memory as its only option, but it does support expandable memory. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is one of the few flagships with a 3.5mm headphone jack along the bottom, USB-C 2.0, and a single firing speaker that, despite its ability to get really loud, is not really comparable to devices like the Note 9 or the iPhone XS Max, which utilize its earpiece as a second speaker. Now, my unit has pretty poor buttons on it that are really flush with the frame and make it difficult to press them since they don't have a whole lot of pressing action to them. At this price, it's really quite disappointing. The cameras, though, are the thing LG hangs its hat on with this phone, and from a hardware perspective, it really has my interest piqued. Around back, you'll see this triple array. You've got an f1.5 12-megapixel primary sensor with a 78-degree field of view, and then you have a 2x telephoto lens with a 45-degree field of view, f2.4 and 12 megapixels, and finally the wide-angle shooter is a 107-degree f1.9 16-megapixel shooter. Now around front, like I mentioned, we have 2 cameras, an 80 and a 90-degree shooter, f1.9 and f2.2, at 8 and 5 megapixels for the standard and wide angle respectively. Now, to be honest, that's really disappointing. Now, in a later video, I'm going to go through the camera's performance on the V40 where I can properly assess how that does, but on paper, 5 megapixels for wide angle is a little bit on the low end. So, how has my first week gone, and what are my impressions so far? Well, to be completely honest, it got off to a really rough start. My phone shipped and ran the October update of the Android security patch until December 27th, and that update was really bad. Now, the new December update patch looked to have improved performance significantly, but I'm still seeing slowdowns, and LG's software leaves a lot to be desired. Now, I've really enjoyed playing with the manual video camera settings, and the wide-angle sensor can get some stunning shots thanks to that wider field of view that LG is known for. What really stands out, though, and this is a shocker, is the display. I never thought I'd say this, but I am loving the panel on this phone. LG's panels used to be some of the worst on the market, but this one never fails to impress. I don't know if it's particularly accurate, but it has outstanding brightness, and black smearing does remain an issue, but it doesn't seem worse than you see on other flagships. Despite all the good things that this phone comes with though, software has been my issue with it, and LG just feels behind. It feels antiquated and tacked on, but I'm going to give it some more time before coming to a final conclusion. So those are some of my initial thoughts of the LG V40. It's a sizable jump from the older V20, and I think it's a massive jump from the LG G7. It doesn't seem to suffer from a lot of the display issues that their older POLED displays have, and it all just comes down to software. Software on this phone. I think an Android One version of this would be amazing, but we'll have to see if impressive hardware can make up for those flaws. Now, I'm going to be doing a weekly diary of the V40 over on my primary channel, youtube.com/Daniel Marchena. The link is in the description, so be sure to subscribe over there to get regular updates on this phone. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already, and turn on the notification bell to get notified of every video that goes up on this channel, pretty much every single day. I'm Daniel Marchena for XDA TV, and I'll see you in the next one.